With wiring, plumbing, and insulation behind us, it's time to start putting this home back together. Watch as the rooms come to life, as drywall goes up and the home's original flooring is lovingly restored. Plus, central air conditioning comes to the home for the first time in its 125 years. Forgotten by time, crying out to be saved, waiting for two knights who need to be brave. Together we'll learn its untold story and return this home to its former glory. A good drywaller is worth their weight in gold. And we should know, as we had a total of 3 different drywall contractors work on our home. 2 of them quit due to the home's size and complexity, leaving us in a precarious situation that caused us to lose time, money, and miss deadlines from our bank. Before we finally found a good team, we did hang and mud some rooms ourselves and learned firsthand how frustrating drywall is. This is one part of the restoration I would not want to relive. This is a beautiful site. We've got drywall. It hasn't been mudded yet or taped, but it is hung. We've got 3 bedrooms done. This is our master, and it's pretty much completely drywalled, and it really feels like a house again now that the drywall is going in. It's kind of magical. We flipped around this door so that it opens into the master bedroom, because this is going to be our master bath. And that gives us more floor space in here, whereas if a door was opening into this room, it would make it a little more crowded. And we did little things like that all over. We're closing in this wall. And of course, this room in here is going to be my studio where I do all of my music production and recording. So we're insulating this room, all 4 walls. And the ceiling. Alright, these are some of my first self-hung pieces of drywall. And I knew that my first attempts would be a little rough around the edges, so I chose to do this fridge recess first because I knew that the refrigerator would be hiding anything glaring. Alright, so this may very well be one of the last times we get to see the pocket doors before they are encased in drywall. Now all 3 sets are operational now, so we will be able to use them. And I went ahead and just had all the doors closed, exposing this track area where I was able to vacuum. And that is the last time I will be able to vacuum the inside of these pocket doors. So figured I better do it while I can. Now that the walls were back up, what about heating and air conditioning? The home's original 1892 radiator system was sadly beyond repair. 3 of the ornate cast iron radiators were badly cracked due to frozen pipes from years of vacancy. The pipes inside the walls were rusted, cracked, and in some places disconnected. The boiler had already been removed before we purchased the home, so we were starting from square one. We knew we were going to add central air anyway, so we bit the bullet and chose central heat as well. We did keep 2 of the original radiators and plan to fully restore and display them in the home. We were determined not to have to drop any ceilings or lose any floor space due to ductwork. So what did we do? 1 system in the basement to serve the first floor, and 1 entirely separate system in the attic to serve the second. All of the ductwork was thereby contained in the basement and attic respectively, and we did not have to alter any walls or ceilings. We chose ornate Victorian-inspired registers to fit the character of the home. Speaking of character, one of the things we were determined to save was the home's original 7/8-inch oak flooring. You've never seen flooring this narrow. I can only imagine the hours and hours of labor to lay this tiny, beautiful floor. The removal of the radiators made patching a necessity, and when the vents were cut out for the new registers, I saved the tiny strips of wood for this exact purpose. The pieces weren't long enough to truly lace in for a seamless look, but with how small the patches are, I'm pleased with how they turned out. Upstairs, I also made patches to the original pine floor. It was common in the Victorian era for the upstairs to feature lesser woods, and wall-to-wall carpeting, which had been out of fashion since the 1860s to 1870s, was coming back when our home was constructed. It is possible our upstairs was carpeted or even had an early version of linoleum. We'll never know, so we decided to just go with the plain pine floor. Now that the walls and floors are whole once again, on the next episode of former glory, the true fun begins as rooms are painted, floors are refinished, and the home's gorgeous stained glass window gets a complete restoration. Be sure to subscribe to follow our adventures and leave us a like and a comment below. Until next time, thanks for watching. Together we'll learn its untold story and return this home to its former